Be like, say we dey live. Anna. Testing. We test that. I think we live. Is we live? Let me confirm. Yeah. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. We live. How's we doing? Good afternoon on a Sunday afternoon. Interesting matches today. Atalanta, Napoli, and we're gonna be doing the North London derby. I wanna be here, you know. I want to be around when things either go well for Arsenal or go bad for Arsenal, you know. I want to be around. So we're gonna be tuning into the North London derby. I just realized I'm such an idiot. I am such an idiot. Idiot moves. I haven't done the lineup for frick's sake. Charlie, bear with me here. Make I do the lineups. I always they forget. Every time, yeah, they forget. Always forget to do the lineups. Every time, yeah, I forget to do the lineups. Atalanta. Every time, yeah, they forget. Important thing to. Hey, we got like 7 minutes to go before the match actually kicks off. Napoli need this win to stay in the top 4. I don't think they're going to win the league. I think they've kind of bottled it. From the last time we watched Napoli, they were in a good position, but at the moment, I feel like they have bottled their opportunity to get themselves in a good position to win the league. So I think now they just have to salvage top 4. Kristovic, Saleski, Charlie, some names they today come out in the play today. Oh, nice. I haven't watched Kamaldeen Sulemana play in a very long time. Sapacosta, Pasalic, Duron, Sapacosta, Pasalic. No Ederson today, actually. Sapacosta. Charlie, this thing be stressful. Sometimes for do long time, I did distress myself. Pasalic, Duron, and Sulemana. Oh no, Sulemana did already. Bellanova, sorry. Over. And then Kolasinac, Heinz, Calvin. Kolasinac. Calvin. Good. My apologies. Yo, Evander, what's good? What's good in chat? My apologies, man. I really should have done this lineup earlier than I'm doing now. Most of the time, that's what makes me late for streams. Not doing the lineup. So you guys are getting to witness me do the lineup on stream for the first time. Let's just get this done. We're almost done. We're on the Napoli lineup now. Let me just get my lineup for Napoli. Who did they got? Højlund. I'm McTominay today as well. Højlund, Vergara, Santos. No David Neres too. What's going on? Are they injured? Højlund, Vergara, Santos. I mean, Napoli losing De Bruyne was probably... Who's this? Mazzochi. So... Mazzochi, I think he's a new player. I haven't seen him before. Abatska, Elmas, and then Gutierrez. And then Gutierrez. Come on now. Miguel Gutierrez. All right, good, 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 good. Team up limits: Bukimia, Jesus, and Buongiorno. And then Jesus. My Jesus in the middle of neck of a savage. Good. We got that. All right, 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 all right. We are Gucci in the stores that sell the Louis. That doesn't make any sense, but hey, it's what it is. Get this out. Get this out. Go here. Add files. AXI. NXI. And we're good. Okay. Changes made. Does that show? It does show. Good. We've got a lineup up and ready. It's a very interesting lineup. There's no McTominay for Napoli. There's no McTominay for Napoli. There's no Neres for Napoli. And it's looking like they're not having some key players in the Napoli side. I want to check something. If I'll be able to jump from here straight to the Arsenal Tottenham match. Okay. We'll be able to wrap it up before the North London derby starts. For sure. For sure. For sure. But yeah, as I was saying, this is an interesting game for Napoli, mainly because they're not in a good position in terms of the Serie A league table. Inter Milan look like they're winning the league. They're like 10 points ahead. And if you're 10 points ahead, oh, I don't want to show that. Let me not show that. I mean, it's from a bank, but I don't want to really show the bank name on stream. So, had to turn a bottle. But yeah, I think Napoli need to win this if they want to stay in the top four, which definitely going to get Champions League football. It's not like the Premier League where top five gets Champions League. So Napoli need to fight to stay in the top four. You know, I mean, you'd be thinking they'd be fighting to want to win the league, but at the moment, in the position they've put themselves in, they need to fight to stay in the top four. They are 50 points at the moment, just 3 points ahead of Roma, who are in the top four, and 4 points ahead of Juventus, who are fifth. And I mean, Juventus don't look like they could pick up steam, but you never know. You never really know, and you don't really want to give that opportunity to any team in in Serie A and lose your spots in the Champions League. We're about to kick off here. Players just standing over the ball, waiting for the referee to blow his whistle. Napoli always with an interesting start anytime they're kicking off. They're always all on the halfway line and then, kick the ball long and attack from there. Are we off? I don't know why the referee is delaying. You'd think we'd be off by now. They're just standing there. I think they're waiting for something. I don't know what it is they're waiting for. I think I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. But get your questions in. Get your conversation starters in. Get your either ors, your lineup suggestions, your general questions. It doesn't really have to be about football. I mean, don't be like FGH. FGH yesterday was asking me some very weird questions. I mean, don't be like FGH. Ask, interesting questions. Not like FGH. And as soon as I say FGH's name, he is in the chat. And we're off. Okay. We off? My goodness. What's going on here? What's going on here? I'll read a question, FGH. I'm literally just waiting for them to blow the whistle so that I can sync my time with them. I don't know what exactly it is we're waiting for. What's going on? The match postponed? The referee is changing his bloody battery. Bloody hell. You would think these things have been, sorted out before the game actually starts. You would think that, you would think that. Yeah, I think the players are literally just passing the ball around. They're just. Anyways, let me just answer FGH's question. I think they're just warming up. I don't know what's going on with the referee and all his situations. What happened with what happened yesterday with Madrid? Oh, okay, yeah. We lost. That's what happened. I don't know what you guys are expecting me to say. That's what happened with Madrid yesterday. We lost, and it's kind of okay. I think we're about to kick off. I was kind of expecting it because, we've had this opportunity before early on in the season in the El Clasico. If you remember, if you can cast your mind back to the El Clasico, we are off though. But if you can cast your mind back to the El Clasico, this is what happened. We beat Barcelona. We gave them we had a 6-point gap or something along those lines. And all we had to do was go on and win 3 or 4 games in a row, and we would have kept that gap going. And then we go on to drop points in matches where we didn't need to drop points, and that's it. Basically it. So I don't know if I would say I was expecting a loss. I was expecting us to fuck up, but I wasn't expecting us to lose the game. I was thinking maybe a draw, because I know Real Madrid don't like to take our opportunities when they come in. They do not. Good pressure from Atalanta, leading to a clearance from the Napoli players. The player I'm interested in looking at today is Kamaldeen Sulemana. Very, very interested to look. I mean, the Ghana team for the World Cup would be interesting. Honestly speaking, I think players that have sealed their spots in the team. Obviously, Antoine Semenyo has sealed his spots in the team. He's definitely getting called up. I don't know about Kudus, to be honest. I think they'll call Kudus up regardless because of the quality of player he is. But based on what he's done this season and injuries, I mean, who are the options in terms of midfield, attacking midfield threats for Ghana? I mean, picking a competent Ghana starting 11 is very, very difficult. For someone who is in Ghana, picking a competent starting 11 for Ghana who could at least qualify for the round of 16 in the World Cup would be very difficult. I know they're just going to pick players based on merits because that's what they do for most African teams. Not all of them, but most of them. Yeah. But yeah, keep your questions coming in. I am interested in answering those questions. Atalanta on the wing here. It's a first corner of the game for Atalanta. First corner of the game. I had a conversation with someone yesterday about the quality of football this season. It is bad. This season, the football has been very, very bad, honestly speaking. And you look at even the Premier League that has the quality players. Look at the type of teams like Chelsea, teams like based on what we saw last season, you would think teams like Chelsea, teams like Liverpool, would go on and have a great season this season. And it's just been bad. It really has. So, I think this might be one of those seasons where a lot of teams that finish top of the table are going to have low points. We're not going to see any, I don't think we'll see any 80s, to be honest. I think probably 70 points. 70 something points. I might be wrong though. I have to double check the leagues and see. Napoli with a good cross in, but It's a little bit too high. No one is getting on the end of that. Miguel Gutierrez, another player, interesting player that was part of the Girona side that got the Champions League for them that season. Miguel Gutierrez went on to Napoli. Haven't really seen much of him, but you know, it is the Serie A at the end of the day. It is the Serie A. FGH with an interesting statement. Nico O'Reilly should win PFA Young Player of the Season award and get the World Cup call this summer. Actually, that's actually an interesting topic because again, I talked to a lot of people about football, and we're talking about. I think they tuned into the stream and saw my England lineup, my England starting 11, and he was like, why didn't I put Nico O'Reilly as a midfielder, like a midfield option? And I was like, to be honest, he might be a better midfielder, a better midfield option. If we're being fair, as a number 8, like they could go maybe Declan Rice, Elliot Anderson, and then Nico O'Reilly, or even Nico O'Reilly as a bench option to Elliot Anderson. I think England have a very, very good squad. I will be surprised if England don't make it to the latter stages, if not in the final. I really would, put money on England making it to the final because they've got a really good squad, especially their midfield. Their midfield is very, very good. Declan Rice, Kobe Mainu, Elliot Anderson, Nico O'Reilly, Morgan Rogers, Cole Palmer, Jude Bellingham. Like, it's a very stacked midfield. It's a very, very stacked midfield. And I would honestly, Adam Wharton, it's a good midfield. And midfields, you've got a good midfield, you go very far in competitions. We saw that with Spain. Fabian Ruiz, Pedri, Rodri, a very good midfield will take you very far in competitions. I'd be expected a good cross from Atalanta. First test for Milinkovic-Savic, and he holds on to that ball gracefully. A lovely ball over the top, but I mean, Rasmus Højlund would have to be the quickest player alive to get a hold onto that ball. And it looks like it was intentional because he's telling Milinkovic-Savic to direct it more central next time. I think he took it and directed it more towards going towards throw-ins. But it was a good idea. Disappointed not to see Neres. Is Neres injured? I should check that. David Neres, is he injured? Not Serie A, Napoli. Lineups. He's on the bench. Probably on the bench. Gilmore's on the bench. Lukaku's on the bench. I forgot Lukaku was playing for. Yeah, he's injured. Ooh, late March. That's bad. McTominay's coming back early March. They're missing a lot of key players, Napoli. They really are. Is Noah Lang on the bench? He probably is on the bench because he's not on the bench. And he's not injured as well. Did he just not get included? That's weird. But yeah, Napoli are missing a lot of key players. And Gisa is out. De Bruyne is out. He has been out. McTominay is out. Neres is out. Di Lorenzo is out. Ramani, the main defender, is out. So Napoli are missing a lot of key players. A lot of key players. So it could be a chance for Atalanta to do something. I mean, where are Atalanta in the table? 7th. They're fighting for Champions League football as well. They are within reach of Champions League football. So it's a game for Europe. It is. Cross in from Atalanta, but Milinkovic-Savic is there. There's a good goalkeeper I'd like to see in a more competitive league, maybe Premier League. I mean, I'd like to see everyone in a Premier League. Premier League is just so good. I honestly do wish leagues, Serie A, La Liga, maybe not Bundesliga. I think Bundesliga have kind of figured it out in terms of spend and, mixing spend with player quality and financial investments and all that. I think, the Bundesliga have kind of figured that out. But I wish the Serie A and La Liga especially could figure out that balance between spending money and making teams. Oh, Rasmus, ooh, good defending from Atalanta. Rasmus was almost in one-on-one there. I wish they could figure out that balance between financial freedom and not creating like a Manchester City, like we have in the Premier League, even League One, in the French league. I mean, this season it's a little bit more competitive, but it's because they've got some quality players, and the problem is these quality players are going to end up leaving. Players like, I mean, Endrick is not even a Lyon player; he's a Madrid player. Malik Fofana is gonna go. Monica's got some really good players. They'll probably get sold. Lens have got some really good players. They'll probably get sold. Marseille have got some good players. They'll probably get sold. So it's kind of like they've got these quality players that are making the league competitive, but they're going to get sold. Teams like Arsenal, Manchester United, even Spurs, Newcastle, Real Madrid, these big teams and teams that have the financial facilities to buy these players, they're going to come in and get these players. And then you go back to square one of PSG just steamroll into the league. The reason why they aren't doing that this season is that there's actually some really good quality in League One. But, it seems like other leagues haven't figured that out. Because that's the only reason the Premier League is what it is today. They've been able to find that balance, between financial freedom and now, I mean, before they didn't have that balance between financial freedom and teams not taking advantage of that. So that's why we have Manchester City. That's why they're able to do what they can do now, because previously, when the Premier League didn't have FFP and stuff like that, they were allowed to find loopholes and become what they are now. But if Manchester City never existed, I think the Premier League would be very, very good. It would be very, very competitive, which, I mean, it is now. But what I'm trying to say is, you look at teams like Newcastle that have extremely rich owners. They can't really pump money into the teams because, FFP and stuff exists. So you just have to find that balance. And I almost did the 6-7 thing, but yeah. You just have to find that balance and, make things competitive. Because there's some good players, and if these good players, I'm sure some of these players want to stay in the leagues that they are in, especially players like, let's say, Tonali in AC Milan. If AC Milan had the funds to keep a player like Tonali, or to convince a player like Tonali to stay in AC Milan, I don't think he'd want to go to Newcastle. He doesn't have any ties to the Premier League team. But the reason he's going to Newcastle is they've got money, they've got the exposure, and, it's competitive there. So, yeah, I just really wish leagues could figure that out. So that we can get more, at the end of the day, it makes the Champions League more interesting. Because look at the Champions League now. It's not bereft. It's you can't turn your head and not see a Premier League team. It's competitive, but at the end of the day, a Premier League team, 2 or 3 Premier League teams are going to make it to the knockout stages, far into the knockout stages. And it's like, very soon it's going to get to a point where we'll have a semi-final that has all Premier League teams. Because they're going to get good. They're going to get better. Definitely. So I really just wish leagues could figure that out. Anyways, I went on a long tangent there. Very, very long tangent. Napoli, they're creating some good chances, but nothing really threatening. I think Atalanta have had the better chances, but again, nothing really, you know, nothing really crazy. Um, Evander, greed is killing La Liga and the rest. I mean, yeah, because people do watch La Liga. You can't tell me the La Liga is not generating enough money where they can spread it more evenly than they do. You know? So I do agree with you. Greed does do that because I know La Liga creates a lot of income, and you can't say La Liga isn't creating enough income where they can't equally spread it. Atalanta in the 18-yard box, that should have been a should have held on to that ball. Bellanova, Scalvini. I think he's coming back from injury as well. Scalvini. Zappacosta puts the ball in. Milinkovic Savic tries to get onto that, but he hesitates a little bit. Oh, that wasn't Zappacosta actually. Zappacosta is on the other side. That was Bellanova. Pretty balanced game, I would say. Napoli do look to have got the better chances so far. Really, 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 really have. Good ball in behind for Napoli. Rasmus Højlund on the right hand side. Silky on his feet. He's still holding the ball. It's a free kick. Good free kick position for Napoli. Good free kick position for Napoli and good hold up play from Rasmus Højlund. Scalvini is the one who concedes the free kick. Rasmus Højlund did very well from the right hand side to cut inside, and yeah, Scalvini didn't get that. I mean, kind of looked like a dive. Kind of looked like a dive from Rasmus, but it was right in front of the referee. I mean, in real time, it looked like a foul. Good free kick position for Napoli. Are they going to cross this, or are they going to go for goal? If you had Kevin De Bruyne, you probably go for goal. Evander, do you think Arsenal could still win the league? It's gonna depend on today, to be honest. Well, comes in for Napoli. Good header, good goal. Good ball into the box, and Bukemia gets the first goal of the game. 1-0 Napoli. Simple training routine. That's straight from the training ground. That goal from Napoli. Straight from the training ground. It looked too simple. Like they have rehearsed that so many times, and can you blame Carnesetti? Let's have a look at this again. Good ball in. Yeah, why is a player of that quality unmarked? 2 players unmarked. Okay, Atalanta. Well, what are you guys? The 2 players, 3 players. Bukemia was unmarked. Højlund was unmarked. And who's their number 3? The number 3. Gutierrez was unmarked. 3 players. Come on now. Come on now. Might as well have just scored an own goal, Atalanta. That was amateur. That was very amateur from Atalanta. Honestly, how do you leave 3 players unmarked on a set piece? 3 tall players as well. That's crazy. Anyways, it's gone now. Yeah, so I think Arsenal's chances of winning the league depend on what's going to go on in the North London derby today. I think it's going to it's gonna be interesting to see how Arsenal actually approach that game, because I think so far this season, apart from a couple of games, so far this season, Arsenal have been a little bit pragmatic. I remember the Liverpool game, start of the season, still very, very early days in the season. I talked about this in my Arsenal, it's happening again with Arsenal video, which you guys should check out on the channel. I talked about Arsenal's lack of intensity. They're going into games with the mindset of they don't want to lose. They're not going into the game with the mindset of they want to win. So if they can get a draw from the game, they're more, they're happy with that as compared to scoring or outscoring or trying to outscore a team. And we've hardly seen Arsenal do that. We've hardly really seen Arsenal go to a game where they are so on the front foot that maybe, let's say, their defense is not the best, and then they try to outscore a team. I think maybe Manchester United, maybe the match against Manchester United, but even with that, you feel like with the quality of players Arsenal have, I think the frustrating thing is the quality of players Arsenal have. For them to have, these quality of players and still not be able to push on the front foot and go off and kill games. Like the Wolves game, when they were 2-0 up, they could have easily made that 4 or 5. But they just decided to sit back, make defensive subs, and give an opportunity to Wolves, because Wolves didn't really play anything, Rasmus Højlund, he's offside. It's a good pass you might as well just go and score. You never know. You might not be offside, but I think he's offside. Yeah, he is. Yeah, you might as well just go and score. Because if you're not offside and you don't score, kind of makes you look some type of way. But yeah, he was clearly offside. So yeah, I think with Arsenal, today is going to be a big test for them. They need to win, and they need to win convincingly. They can't be doing corners, 50-50s, last minute deflected goals. No. You need to win, and you need to win. Look at Man City versus Newcastle. That was a game from a team that wanted to win the Premier League. You'd see Haaland coming back to defend, making sliding tackles, making defensive headers. These are players, or this is a collection of players that are looking to kill games off. Even if they can't kill a game off, obviously Newcastle is still a good team. Even if they can't kill a game off, they're still trying to, keep themselves in it. So if Arsenal are going to win today, they need to do that convincingly. Because if they do it with like a 90th minute deflection, it's going to feel like, yeah, we've won, but are we really ready to take the league, Because they've got Chelsea next. Chelsea's not, it's not a good game. As they've dropped points to Burnley, they're not going to take it easy at all. Atalanta cross into the box, blocked by the Napoli defenders. Atalanta have been quiet now ever since. First 10 minutes was very explosive for Atalanta, but ever since that time, they've just been quiet. haven't really had the best opportunities. I don't know why they keep trying to put crosses into the box. They don't have any tall players. I'd like to see Kamaldeen more on the ball because he's got that directness that you kind of need sometimes when you're not able to break through a defense. You need someone who can take on a couple of players and, you know, drive forward. Scalvini, Bellanova. Now we've got Kamaldeen, but he lays it off. Atalanta just probing. Ooh. Oh, good pass. Good layoff to the Atalanta player. Scalvini. He is on a warning, Scalvini. Flies into a tackle to try and win the ball, but gets the player here. Probably, if he didn't try and go for the ball, that's a yellow card. I'd say that's a yellow card. He tried to go for the ball, but he didn't get anything off the ball and took the player out. They're looking at this. Is this gonna be a penalty? No, I think Jesus got the ball. It looked like a penalty, but I think Jesus got the ball. Yeah, our referee is not having any of that, but that was a nasty tackle on Gutierrez from Scalvini. Very bad tackle. I think he's fine, Gutierrez. Oh, they're checking it. They're checking the foul in the box. It looked like Jesus got the ball. VAR is checking it. Well, could be a twist in the tail here. Check over is not a penalty, I think. Yeah, it did look like Jesus got the ball. Ball was stumbling. I don't know. Looking at it from this angle, yeah, it looked like the players slipped. Like both players slipped. That's what it looked like. Get some water. I'm actually very thirsty. I don't know why. Get some water in. No, I'm just thirsty. Just thirsty boy. FGH again? What you figure be the issue at Madrid? Charlie. This question there. Let me tell you something. So I don't even know where to start, Seth. Let's see. Oh, foul on Kamaldeen Suleiman here. Big foul. Kind of a knee straight to his back. It was a heavy foul. I know you dodged the question. Relax. I think Madrid, honestly, as a Madrid fan, I don't really know where the issues are in terms of like, I don't go if you point, say, this be the issue. Like, oh, when our defense no good, when our midfield no good. Because when our defense no good, when our midfield too no good yet. And the balance in the team too is no good. The manager is no good. Some players in the team too are no good. It's like plenty problems. And that is where I have an issue. Because you look at teams like Barca. You look at teams like, let me just use Barca. Because, you know, we're in the same league and everything. Barca to have their issues. You look at teams like Barca and you can pinpoint, you can be like, okay, Barca, their defenders no good. You know, like to play the high line and everything. Although maybe you can say the high line is the reason as to why they've been losing some matches. you can point and be like, their high line is no good, their defenders are no good individually. Their defenders are no good. Give Barca Bastoni and let's say Maguire, them go improve. Yet, give Barca a Bastoni, give Barca give Barca a Bastoni, give Barca a Maguire, and they go up levels because individually their defenders are no good. Even last season, Inigo Martinez, very average defender, but because he knows what he's doing, he's able to, get something. But Charlie, Madrid, go even point. Oh, good save, Savage. Good save. That was actually a good save from Savage. There was a cross into the box, and I think the cross kind of curled away a bit, and it looked like it was going in. Kamaldeen as well. And Savage had to claw that. He had to claw that out. Yeah. But as I was saying, you look at Madrid at the moment, and one issues plenty. Defense, who? Midfield, who? Attack. Sometimes he be on, sometimes he be off. Mbappe no know in position, whether he be striker, he be left winger, he be right winger, he be attacking midfielder. And the fact that up till now, we still can't figure out whether Mbappe is going to be playing as strike, or he's going to be drifting out to the wide, or he's going to be dropping back in the midfield. The fact that we've not figured that out till now is also part of the issues. You get? So I can't pinpoint what exactly be the issue with Madrid, because I don't know. The issues plenty. You get? So I don't know, man. I really not go fit like give you exactly what the issue is. I really don't know this season. And because Madrid be Madrid. We get the mentality, we get the aura, we go fit handle pressure and things. And what I mean by that is we go fit win Champions League. As crazy as that sounds, Madrid go fit go on win Champions League because we get the quality players. We have the quality players to even, let's forget the defense. Let's forget that we don't have good defenders. We have the quality players to outscore teams. Although we've been playing nonsense this season, we have the quality of players to outscore teams. And then in tournament football, anything can happen. We can go through this playoff round of 16, we'll go and meet an easy team, we'll go and score them. But quarterfinals, we'll go and meet an easy team, we'll go and score them. Semi-finals, we'll go and meet an easy team, and we'll go and score them. And we all know how Madrid is in finals. You get? Look at that Dortmund final, the last Champions League we won. That Dortmund final, we no play anything. I don't know how we won that final, but we no play anything. You get? So Madrid there, once we get to the final, by fire by force, we will find a way and win. That's why I'm saying Madrid go fit. But my issue be say, I know they won't make Madrid win this Champions League. Because if we win this Champions League, Madrid fans go close mind to this season. Then we'll be like, oh, the season is good. The season was good. Regardless of all the nonsense we've been playing this season, if we go on and win Champions League. So me, for the Champions League, if it wasn't for what Benfica did in the first leg, like I would like make Benfica come out with for the playoffs. Then we know say, yeah, this season, they're full beans with the play. You bab. But because of what Benfica take do with the first leg, the racism and everything, I'll be like, more of it, make we go round of 16, then some other team could come out with it. Because I don't want us to keep like progressing in the Champions League. Because if we go reach the final, we will find where we now. And I don't want us to win it, because if we win it, it will paper over the cracks of this season. And I want us to address the issues of this season in Madrid, because that's the only way we can move forward. You get? If we don't address the issues, we can't move forward. The same thing we are facing this season, we'll go and face it next season if we don't address the issues. So this season, I've put it at the back of my mind that Charlie, we dey go trophyless. We dey go trophyless this season. That's what I put at the back of my mind. So yeah, that is my submission for what I think the issues are at Madrid. The issues plenty, Charlie. Madrid, yeah, the issues plenty. The issues plenty. I don't know why Perez make me. What pain me this season be the Alonso thing. That Alonso sacking just pain me, because I'll be like, when we're getting Alonso, in my mind, I put that at the back of my mind that this was going to be a transition season. This was going to be a season where things don't go on well, because first of all, Alonso managed team like Madrid before. He has not been in this position before. He is not, equipped to do this yet. But he get the potential. It's just like Vinicius. When we brought Vinicius first into the team, nonsense he did play. Like, he was playing so bad, we didn't even think he was going to be what he is right now. He was playing so bad, but what did we do? We were patient with him. We didn't win Champions League under Vinicius. I said under Vinicius, when Vinicius was there. We were not going far in the Champions League. I remember Ajax, we lost. We lost that Ajax match. Vinicius played that Ajax match that we lost. The one that Ten Hag took Ajax to semi-finals. Vinicius played that match. We lost. I remember. So it was a project. It was a project that we were willing to stick by because we saw the potential. We saw that, this guy, Kamaldeen almost scored a goal. Almost scored a good goal. He almost scored a good goal. Good save from Milinkovic-Savic. But yeah, like, we stuck with Vinicius because we watch the guy, we be like, oh no, this guy get potential. This guy go feel, do something in the future. He can become something great in the future. And we were right. And we've brought a manager that can potentially take us to the next level. In his first season, when he has never managed Madrid before, he has never managed in La Liga before, he has never managed a big team before, we sack him. Because some few 1, 2, 3 players, we know they agree with him. At the end of the day, their players go left. At the end of the day, if player one left, he go left. Manager go there. I know, yeah, if manager 2 one left, he go left. But how many times do you see a manager leaving one club to go to another club? In terms of, I know they like, this project, or they left go another project or something. We hardly see something like that. So at the end of the day, the manager is more important than the players. The manager is more important than the players. So why are we, getting rid of the manager and leaving the players there? The players that are contributing to the manager playing and not getting good results. And it's not as if we're not getting good results. We're just losing some stupid matches. And I was expecting it. It was to be expected. If you are a Madrid fan and you thought Alonso was going to come and win La Liga and Champions League in his first season, you are high on something. You are high on very, very, very cheap drugs. If that's what you thought was going to happen, Alonso was going to come his first season and win a trophy. Like, you must be drinking something. I would like to drink some because I don't know how you can be thinking that. When he came, I knew, I was like, this season is going to be up and down. I was expecting it because I knew first season things like this, it's very rare for a manager to come in and do well. So I was expecting that the next season, that is when we will start picking form. That's when we will start seeing the Alonso we saw at Leverkusen, his invincible season at Leverkusen. That's when I was thinking we are going to see it. Midway through the project, now we catch him, carry him, throw him inside gutter. Charlie, I don't know, man. I don't know. As a Madrid fan, I don't know where the club is going right now. I really don't know where the club is going because player power left and right. Everyone is just doing what they want to do. Everybody's feeling big boss. Like, people are now giving Vinicius, like they're giving Vinicius fans because he's scoring goals. Where was he at the start of the season? He's scoring goals now, but where was he at the start of the season? Charlie, I can't talk plenty. I talk plenty finish safe. Make you focus on the Atalanta Napoli match. Why? Madrid, if you follow Madrid, you get heart attack. The things they can do to our football. Like, do you know a funny thing? Do you know the absolutely funny thing? I'm not go shocked if we lose to Benfica. I will not be surprised. It will pain me because of the racist thing. It will pain me that we lose to Benfica, but I will not be surprised. If 90 minutes reach and we've lost that match, I'll just be like, that's happened. They've let us down again. I'm not go shock. Charlie, I'm not go shock if we lose that game to Benfica, honestly speaking. But Charlie, make we see. Yeah. Atalanta have looked interesting so far. They've had some pretty good chances. Now that we're approaching the halftime whistle. And it really is looking like they can get their equalizer. I think some matches have started in the Premier League. Let me confirm that. Yeah, matches have started in the Premier League. Crystal Palace, Wolves, Nottingham Forest, Liverpool, Sunderland, Fulham. All 0-0. The match everyone is waiting for is Tottenham Arsenal. Tottenham Arsenal. Atalanta on the wings, looking to put the ball in, but decides against that and goes backwards. They are probing. They've got the lion's share of possession, Atalanta, but they need to transfer that possession into something big. Kamaldeen asking for the ball on the edge of the box, but gets ignored. You'd want to give that to Kamaldeen, and he gets a shot off. He's been the closest. He has been the player that has come closest to scoring a goal for Atalanta. Kamaldeen Sulemana. It's a good shot. He's got a good shot on him. He's got a good shot on him. He does. It's a clean save for Milinkovic-Savic, but he's got a good shot on him. You'd want to get the ball to him more often now, because he's really. Again, he's been the only one who has come close to putting the ball in the back of the net for Atalanta with 5 minutes to go in this first half. Sevilla Getafe. Getafe have a red card. Sevilla have scored a goal. 82 minutes. Oh, wait, hold on now. Give me a second. Let me check something here real quick. Napoli in the counter attack here. We've wasted a little bit too much time. Oh, no, they've not. 3v3 here. Rasmus Højlund. He's not going to get that. It's a penalty. He does get it. I thought he wasn't going to get that. And it's a yellow card as well. Wow. Hey, Charlie, I'm not doing my thumbnail for the Spurs Arsenal match. Are they come? Make a cook come right now. That didn't look like a foul. Oh, no, it's a foul. He uses me to unbalance Rasmus Højlund, and yeah, that's a foul and a yellow card for Hein. It's not looking good. It's not looking good for Atalanta. Spare safe. Who make I use for the thumbnail? Which proper space player is there? I can go check who will be the top goal scorer this season. I don't have any proper players to use for space as their thumbnail. By 4 o'clock, then we get lineup. Spurs, who is your top goal scorer this season? You know, tell us. Hey, Spurs. And now you don't get top goal scorer. Richarlison. Hey. Richarlison. Okay. We'll put him on the thumbnail. Richarlison. They are checking the penalty though. VAR is checking the penalty. I think it's a penalty, but I don't think it's a yellow card. I think Hein. Yeah, I think it's a penalty. But a yellow card is harsh. Definitely. I definitely think it's a penalty, but a yellow card is definitely harsh. For sure. That are the test too. Hey, I'll drink some water so let's know the Satini. Yeah. It looks like a penalty. The referee didn't spend a lot of time looking at the screen though. He might waive it. It looks like a penalty, but I don't think it's a yellow card. I don't think it's devious enough to warrant a yellow card. He's saying something, which is probably going to be in Italian. I think it's going to be a penalty. It's not. It's not a penalty. Because Rasmus Højlund is putting his hands on his head. It's not a penalty, actually. Wow. And he takes the yellow card away. Okay, then. Well, lucky Atalanta, because I'll tell you what, that did look like a penalty. That did. It looked like a penalty because Hein didn't really tackle him. He kind of like put his body and his knee in front of him, which, I mean, it's not necessarily the clearest penalty, but it's still an attempt to block the player. So I'd say I'd give it a penalty, but it's not. And Atalanta have been given a lifeline here to try and get an equalizer, which I don't even know if they've got that in them. I don't know if they've got that in them. I just realized this picture is not clear. Can't use this as a thumbnail. Let me check this then. My phone just did my phones. They block my view. This camera thing, yeah. Make you squad like and subscribe. So I go buy webcam. Cause if my phone just did my front, I don't even see my screen. I for move my head. People like and subscribe. Why? Let your boy go buy a webcam. Like and subscribe. But it's an interesting match so far. It's gotten interesting. 3 minutes to go in the first half. It has got interesting for not for anyone. It has just got interesting. If Atalanta can get this equalizer before halftime, oh, that flick on would have been good. To Sulemana. Sulemana is looking like their most dangerous player. Atalanta. Who is this? Number 27. Sprinting down the left-hand side. Lovely run. If he can get this pass off. Oh, he goes for the shot. And I'll tell you what. It would have been a great goal. He went for the shot himself. Hit the post. Rasmus is not, obviously he's not happy, but that was a good one. Was that Elmas? I don't think that was Elmas. Made a long busting run from the left-hand side. Impressive. Very impressive. Very, very impressive. I want to see who that is. Number 27. Is he a fullback? Number 27 for Napoli is Santos. 23-year-old Brazilian. He's rapid. Alisson Santos. He's a rapid player. So very good run. But I think the first half is going to come to an end here. This is such picture for Richarlison. Charlie, I'm not find some. Richarlison, you know, get clear picture. You take the thumbnail. Richie. This picture there, no clear. Oh, good. It was a good pass for Atalanta. You know, clear, Charlie. Hey, Richarlison. Go and hire Richarlison, hire personal photographer, why? To come and follow you to matches and take clear pictures. Charlie, you have some beans pictures online. Charlie, it'll make the thumbnail job difficult. Take good pictures. If you're a footballer, if you're a professional footballer, and you want your face to be in thumbnails and things, hire a personal photographer to be taking pictures of you on the field. So that when people are making, when content creators are making thumbnails, hey Charlie, make a post my time account. So that when content creators are making thumbnails, they will find your face simple, cry. And at the end they search thumbnail and make that thing difficult. Hey, you too. Why man, this ain't no one pause. What time man no one pause? Okay. Yeah, it's been a good first half. It's been a good ending to the first half. The start of the first half was not the best. Atalanta didn't look dangerous, and Napoli looked like the only ones who could score a goal and get a second goal. But the end of the first half saw Atalanta get some pretty good chances. And if they can come into the second half, keeping that same energy, I will not put it past them to get an equalizer in this game, which they desperately need. They do. They desperately need an equalizer. Let me check the other matches. Keep you guys up to date with the other matches. Oh, Richarlison. This picture they use you for thumbnail. Ah. It's not popping. It's not popping. See Gabriel. And Gabriel they use for thumbnail clean. You go see the sweat stains or Richarlison there, they look like homeless kiddie. Ain't nothing wrong with being homeless, man. Maybe everybody go for your afford house. I beg, I the joke, I beg. Hey, wait. Let's have a look at the statistics. Having a look at the statistics of the match so far. Atalanta have had the lion's share of possession. I did say that, but it's not that much though. I mean, 59% to 41%. Maybe it is a lot. But Atalanta have had most of the possession. But as expected, they're nowhere near what Napoli have in terms of shots and chances created. Napoli have the better chances and the better shots in the game. But the stats have gone up in terms of number of shots. I think in the first 10 minutes, 20 minutes, Napoli had more shots and everything. And then Atalanta had fewer, but it has gone up a little bit. And again, I think if they can take that energy into the second half, for sure it's going to help them out. Definitely. I'm just watching. They're showing the highlights of the Juventus Como game. That was a disappointing game as well for Juventus, but a very, very good result for Como. They're showing that pass again. It was a really good pass. I'll tell you what, that was a really good pass. I think the second half, Atalanta need to try and focus their attack through what's his name? Sulemana. They need to focus more on Kamaldeen Sulemana because he has been your most dangerous player. They need to create more chances with him or for him, you know. Evander with an interesting question. Would you take froze? Literally had a brain freeze. I don't know what I don't know what just happened. I really don't know what just happened. I literally just had a brain freeze. Evander with the question: would you take Odegaard at Madrid? Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Jesus, hell no. I wouldn't take Odegaard for free at Madrid. Jesus. No. Oh, Lord have mercy. What exactly do you think Martin Odegaard is going to add to this Real Madrid side? Jesus Christ. Wow. I think you're an Arsenal fan, aren't you? You've got, yeah. He's an Arsenal fan. He has Mikel Arteta as his PFP. Jesus Christ. Martin Odegaard at Madrid. Bloody hell. My God. Wow. I don't even know what else to say. I don't even know what else to say. Martin Odegaard at Madrid. That was a bad one. That was a bad one, Evander. That really was a bad one. Honestly speaking, I'll tell you what, that was a bad one. He's better than you. Oh, he's doubling down. He is actually doubling down. So let me just paint a picture here for you. Evander in chat is asking, would you take Odegaard at Madrid? Hell no. First of all, disrespectful to Madrid at the back. Odegaard in Madrid? He wasn't good for us when he was an exciting prospect. You think he'd be good now? Please. And then he doubles down and says he's better than our midfielders. He's not even the best attacking midfielder in the Prem. Ah, Lord have mercy on Arsenal fans. You're making me want to make Arsenal lose this match against Spurs. I don't have anything against Arsenal fans, by the way, or Arsenal in general. But this, my goodness, he's better than your midfielders. Maybe he's better than Arda Güler, but even with that, I'll take Arda Güler over Odegaard. Convincingly, I'll take Arda Güler over Odegaard. Yeah, Odegaard in Madrid. Jesus Christ. Someone get him some help. Someone actually get him some help. Actually, I don't even know what to say. I'm lost for words. I'm actually lost for words. Yeah, FGH, Ghana starting 11. Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Ghana starting 11 is very difficult because I don't even know what the normal starting 11 is for Ghana. Like on a regular, like what is our starting 11 on a regular basis? I'll have to check that. I have to actually check that on FootMap. Let me just see. Ghana. Evander, yeah, you gotta wrap it up, Evander. You have to wrap it up. I am not taking Martin Odegaard at Real Madrid. Wrap it up. You're asking me to mention players better than him, and at what? You see, Arsenal fans, this is what you do. This is what you do, and people don't like you. This is what you do, and people don't like your team. Comparing Martin Odegaard to Real Madrid defenders, to Real Madrid midfielders. I don't know. I don't know. The only player that's even going to be in the conversation of being, compared to Martin Odegaard is Jude Bellingham and Arda Güler. Do you genuinely think, Evander? I want to ask you, genuine question. Do you genuinely think that Martin Odegaard is better than Jude Bellingham? If you genuinely think that, I can help you, man. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say, because really don't know what to say. Arda Güler is the only one that it's debatable, but Arda Güler is a kid. He hasn't even, played a full season, he hasn't played a full season where he's consistently starting for Real Madrid. This is his first season where he's consistently getting the opportunities to start for Real Madrid. He's a kid, So if you want to compare Arda Güler to, Odegaard, do that. Because if Odegaard was to somehow magically come to Real Madrid, he'd be sitting on the bench. So if you want to compare a potential bench player in Arda Güler to Martin Odegaard, be my guest, man. But you can't tell me that you really believe Martin Odegaard is a better attacking midfielder than Jude Bellingham. Because there's nothing Martin Odegaard does that Jude Bellingham can do and do better. Maybe passing, but even with that, we've seen Bellingham give some really good passes, So, I don't know, man. I don't know. But here you go. Arsenal fans, starting conversations they can't possibly finish. Martin Odegaard over Jude Bellingham. My goodness. Yeah, let's do the Gala starting 11. Gonna be fair. I don't think I can actually do this because I really don't know. And I don't watch enough, I don't watch enough football that have quality Ghana players in it for me to say, okay, this guy should be starting over this guy. Most of them don't play in a lot of good teams. Apart from Semenyo, Sulemana, Semenyo and Sulemana, to be honest. I think Fatawu plays in Leicester, I think. Thomas Partey, Villarreal, yeah, okay, definitely. Kudus, Tottenham, forgot about him because he's injured. Oh, goodness gracious me. I still have to design the thumbnail for Spurs Arsenal, which I think is going to be more interesting than obviously Atalanta Napoli. Billy Gilmore's warming up for Atalanta. I don't know if he's coming up for anyone. We're about to start the second half here. We are about to start the second half. EA Sports. It's in the game. Has anyone been playing FC 2025 lately? It's been bland. Oh, sorry, FC 26 lately. It's getting... I think it's going to get to a point where EA are going to drop massively in sales of the game if they don't drastically improve it. It's no more really fun to play, honestly speaking. The FC series is just going downhill. FGH. Yesterday the Juventus Sport boys that my bitch. Yeah, yeah. But you see, let me tell you something. With people who like stick bait and things, I think people who stick baits, like boys with it, like stick bait and things, you need to sometimes you need to sit there and look at the thing you're sticking. Watch, like, just look at the slip that you're sticking sometimes. Just sit down, look at it. Because some slips they you know, I mean, okay, let's take the Juventus Como match. Juventus vs Como. We watched the first leg for you. We watched the first leg for the channel top. Amaldi is off. Oh, come on. That's a bad sub. That is a bad substitution. Kamaldeen Sulemana is off at halftime when he's undoubtedly been Atalanta's most creative player. That's bad. But yeah, as I was saying, the boys with the stick bets. If they want win bet, they make I give you advice. Watch the team with the stick. Go back, go through the teams, them are history, them are statistics. Because at the end of the day, people with the gamble and people with the do forex, almost the same thing. Like, you are trying to predict a trend. You are trying to predict, okay, this thing has been going like this. You want it to go like this. Yet it's been going like this. You want it to go like this. It's a trend you are trying to predict. But boys will see slip, boys will see 100 odds, 500 odds, 300 odds, then my eye get. Nonsense. 2-0. Yeah, it's over for Atalanta. Is it outside? I think it's outside. Is it outside? They're kind of hesitating with the goal. I think someone was offside. I don't know if it was Rasmus. Was Rasmus offside? I don't think Rasmus was offside. I don't know what's happening here. I don't know what's happening. I think, oh, okay, that's calling a foul. Don't know what's happening. But yeah, back to what I was saying. So the boys with the gamble. Gambling is just like predicting a trend. Squad with the gamble. I'm not advising you to go and gamble. Hey, please. Hey, first, let me give disclaimer, please. Before anybody go in, let me give disclaimer, please. If you are not 18 plus, you don't have money to go and stake bet. Men can stake bet. They come and say, head it on my channel. I beg you, please. Before anybody can put blame on me. Now let me give you what you should be looking for. You are trying to predict a trend. You get, a team is playing ball. They've played different matches. I try to predict whether a team will lose, whether a team will draw, whether a team will do this, whether a team will do that. It's just like people with the stake forex or people with the put their money for forex. The trend is going like this. You want the trend to go like this, or you want the trend to go like this. But the thing that you're staking, ensuring that the trend is going like this. The trend is going down, but you want the trend to go up. How? The trend is going down. The trend has been going down since. The trend has never really shown any sign of going up. The trend is going down. But you, in all your smartness and wisdom, you're like, nah, I'm going to predict that the trend will go up. In fact, the people who went to stake Juventus straight win versus Como, you are high. If you put money, if you genuinely put money on Juventus straight win versus Como, you are high on something. Because the first leg, when they went to Como's home, when they went to play out Como's home, they lost 2-0. They didn't look like they were going to score goal if they play till next month safe. But you, in all your wisdom and smartness, you decided that you want to go straight to win. And far. Boys be greedy. That's why boys are not winning bets. Boys be greedy. They don't want to do analysis. They don't want to check anything. They just want to put, because they've seen 200 odds, they've seen 300 odds, they've seen 500 odds, and you put one CD. You see, sometimes Ankasa, that you stake one CD, you want to take me 1 billion. You stake one CD, you want to win 1 billion. How you want to succeed? You stake 10 CD, you want to win 10 billion. You want to break spot, you pay with 10 CD. I not being a thief. Allez. He had the tell boys, but boys no one listen. Boys never the one listen. Anyways, at the end of the day, if you are gambling, gamble responsibly. Me, I don't advise you to go and gamble because me, I don't gamble. So if you are going to gamble, go and gamble responsibly. But it's your money. I can't be telling you things. It's your money at the end of the day. Anyways, Napoli had a really good chance of making it 2-0, but the referee had other ideas. And he canceled the goal. It was a really harsh foul to give Rasmus Højlund because I think he definitely didn't give the it wasn't a foul. I don't think so, but the referee does know best. I think my thumbnail for it should be ready. Innit? Should be ready. Yeah, I think it's ready. It's ready. Let me just export this. NLD. Good shot from Alisson Santos, but it's wide. He's an interesting player. I think over the few months of watching Serie, I've got my eye on some really good players, and I even signed some of them in FC 26 career mode. The left back Wesley at Roma, very good player, very good player. And I think now Alisson Santos is another player that has caught my attention. Young Brazilian as well. I think Santos is also a young Brazilian. Brazil's squad for the World Cup is going to be very interesting. Very interesting. Alisson Santos again. Here he is on the left-hand side. He does love to go for goal. There have been 2 opportunities where he could have put the ball into the box for Rasmus Højlund, but he cut inside and tried to go for a goal. It was good, you know. You like to see players who are confident in their ability to cut inside and go for a shot. You really do. I don't think he could have given the ball to Rasmus actually, because Rasmus was offside. But he's got, he's quick. He's a quick player. And those quick players on the wings, and he's very direct. He doesn't waste movements when it comes to like dribbling, doing stuff like that. Oh, good shot, Elmas. Alisson was asking for the ball, but it's not Elmas, it's Megara. It's a good shot. And Carnesecchi went for the stretch, but wasn't really gonna get there. That's a foul. Push the player in the air. That's very dangerous, to be honest. Like a player jumps for a ball in front of you and you push him. That's very dangerous. And a player could land badly, and you're injuring players that way. Another substitution it's looking like for Atalanta. Their spark has faded drastically ever since the substitution of Kamaldeen. Kamaldeen was the spark in the first half, and it has gone down drastically ever since the substitution. Let's check in the other matches in the going on. Crystal Palace, I mean, there no goals in the Premier League at all. Please, I hope that's not going to be the case with Tottenham Arsenal. I really hope not, because I'm not a fan of tuning into a 0-0. I've done that a couple of times on the Serie matches, and I've absolutely regretted it because it's painful. It's a painful watch. It's not like an interesting 0-0. It was a painful watch. So I will be disappointed if it ends up being a boring game, the Arsenal Tottenham, because it kind of, writes a story for both teams. Because you look at Arsenal this season, they've been able to get where they are, getting results, but have they really been playing the best football? I think Manchester City have actually been playing the best football this season. In terms of being direct, in terms of being exciting. Oh, Atalanta running through on goal, but he slips. Ball bounces off of him and he slips. It was a good opportunity for Atalanta to get something in this. Still early days. Still early days. Favorites for the World Cup? Probably Spain. I think they would have the most balanced team in terms of like attack and defense. Spain, I think it would be between Spain, Brazil. Actually, I think Brazil are very underrated, especially with your manager. Keep in mind, Ancelotti is a very good tournament manager. He's a very, very good tournament manager. I think people are writing off Brazil early. Atalanta on the attack here. Explosive run from Zappacosta on the left-hand side. Is he going to find a option? He's got 3 options in the box, but can't really dink it in. Martin Deroon puts the cross in. Bellanova straight at the goalkeeper. It's a good attempt. It was a good attempt. I think, Fulham has scored. Away to Sunderland. Fulham have got a goal in. But I think in terms of the World Cup, I would say Spain, France, Brazil, England, and Portugal, actually. Funny enough, Portugal. Because I look at that Portugal midfield. Vitinha, Bruno Fernandes, and João Neves. Very solid midfield 3. That midfield 3 is very solid. And you have a Ronaldo that is obviously way past the Ronaldo we all know, but he can still put the ball in the back of the net. He can still put the ball in the back of the net, and he's still doing that in Al Nassr. So we have that Ronaldo there. We have Pedro Neto, who is average at best as a winger, but he can do something. And I mean, who is actually their other wing option? Actually, now that I think of it, Gianluca Scamacca coming on for Atalanta, and Bernasconi coming on for Bellanova. Both attacking subs. Scamacca is an interesting player. I thought he'd do well in the Premier League. He's like Benjamin Sesko in the Premier League. And I thought he'd do well, but fortunately not the case. But yeah, I think the World Cup is going to be interesting this year. With a number of teams coming in, my only concern is advantage for Napoli here. But plays on. My only concern for the World Cup is the country it's being played in. And I don't want to, obviously don't want to get political, but the country it's being playing in is not in the best state to be hosting a World Cup, if I'm being honest. The country that country is not in the best of states to be hosting a World Cup. But I mean, I hope everything goes well. But apart from that, I think the World Cup is going to be very exciting. Wolves have a red card. Still no goals in the Premier League. 68 minutes. It's kind of making me a little bit concerned about the North London derby. Because if that's a 0-0, gonna be concerning. Very, very concerning. Atalanta on the attack, right hand side. But it's blocked. Alisson Santos. Oh, he's good on the ball. Not a foul. Wow, okay. Martin De Roon. Bernasconi on the left hand side puts a cross in, but a little bit too high. You'd need to be a giraffe to get there. Sapacosta pushing a player onto the ground. Barcelona Levante. I expect Barcelona to beat Levante quite easily. It's not even going to be a, like, you know, Barcelona are going to slip or anything. They're going to beat Levante quite easily. I know that for sure. And it's going to make the loss to Osasuna hurt more because, you know, we had an opportunity and we didn't take it. Atalanta. They're probing now, Atalanta. With 30 minutes to go, they're probing to try and get this equalizer. I think Napoli have kind of dropped deep a little bit. They have kind of dropped deep. And allowing Atalanta to come at them. Or maybe they're waiting for the counter. You never know with these teams. They might be waiting for the counter. Oh, let me check this thing. They've done it. It's an equalizer. Corner from Atalanta and Martin De Roon. It's not Martin De Roon. Jesus Christ, Pasalic. I've been calling Pasalic Martin De Roon. Pasalic gets the assist. Pasalic gets the goal. I think Martin De Roon gets the assist. I think that's why I got confused. Very good corner. And they needed that. They've been putting on the pressure. They've been applying the pressure, and it was telling. They needed that goal to go in, because if not, Napoli were capable of getting a second. It was a good corner. Kind of the same thing that happened with Napoli's goal. No one's really marking Pasalic. You know, you're kind of doing zonal marking, and I'm never a fan of zonal marking. Like, zonal marking is just it creates so much space for players to move from one spot to another, especially if they realize that zone is not being marked. Zonal marking is very, very, you know, but Napoli are reacting almost instantly and making substitutions as well. Spinazzola and Politano are coming on. Antonio Conte wants this win, and he's going to make substitutions to get it. Straight to the hands of the Atalanta goalkeeper. Oh, whoa. What's he doing? He rushed to take the ball and almost gave the ball away straight to Napoli. And Napoli have the ball here. I mean, Atalanta goalkeeper, very lucky. And nothing happened of it. Scamacca, good control. Gets the ball to number 19 for Atalanta. Foul for Napoli here. The goal for Atalanta came at the right time because they now have an opportunity to go on and either win the game or do something else. But it's good because it has opened up the Napoli defense. They have to go for it now if they want to win this game. And it makes the game more interesting. Atalanta on the attack here. Good feet. Good feet. Oh, lovely pass to Scamacca. He laced it off to Pasalic again. It was a good hold-up play from Scamacca. He almost tried to take a shot off, but he realized he wasn't in a good position. Alisson Santos, he loses the ball. Atalanta on the right-hand side. Martin de Roon. You're looking more dangerous now, Atalanta. Looking to put, I mean, you can put the cross in. You've got Scamacca in the game. FGH, who would you take right now at Madrid? One player. I don't think Madrid's issues can be solved with one player, but cross comes in, cleared away by Napoli. Yeah, I don't think Real Madrid's problems can be solved with just one player. But if I had to pick, I'm actually very, very, very tired. I don't know why. But if I had to pick one player for Real Madrid at the moment that could potentially... I keep muting my microphone. Give me a second. Let me just turn this around. Yeah. If I had to pick one player for Real Madrid that could potentially solve our issues, probably a really good midfielder or a really good defender. So pick your choice in that. So maybe an Angelo Stella, like a Toni Kroos type of midfielder, or a really good defender. Lovely run from Alisson Santos. He puts the ball in, but no one is there. I feel like he is getting himself in good positions, putting the ball into the box, but no one's really supporting him, Alisson Santos, the 22-year-old Brazilian on the left wing for Napoli. It's very exciting. But yeah, I think for Madrid right now, we just need a competent defender to replace maybe Asensio or Houghton. Or we get a competent midfielder who can play that Toni Kroos role, and then we can put Tchouaméni at the back. Because Tchouaméni is actually very solid defensively. Spinazzola with the ball for Napoli, and it's a throw-in for Napoli. Let me see what's going on with the other matches in the Premier League. Barcelona have scored a goal. Marc Bernal. Yeah, I'm expecting it to be an easy game. 2-0 for Fulham against Sunderland. No goals in the Nottingham Forest game. No goals in the Crystal Palace game. It's looking grim. Again, I am hoping that this is not a sign of things to come in the North London derby, because I want that match to be interesting. Liverpool Nottingham Forest being 0-0 is so strange. Liverpool could not get Champions League European football at all this season. Atalanta, Scamacca, what a shot. Good save from Milinkovic-Savic. Another chance. Good block from the Napoli defense. Atalanta are probing. They're looking to get that goal. That was a great save from Milinkovic-Savic. Rockets of a shot from Scamacca. He's got that in his arsenal. He has got that in his arsenal. Good touch from the number 10 of Atalanta. Finds Scamacca in a good position. Took a touch. And he hit that. Very good. And forced a reflex save from Milinkovic-Savic. It was a good save. Nottingham Forest and Liverpool, honestly. I really don't know what Liverpool's plans are for this season because looking at the league table, Liverpool are sit. Drawing this match at the moment, Liverpool are sit. You could potentially be, jeopardizing our European football, not even Champions League football. Could be jeopardizing Europe. Brentford, right, 3 points behind them. Even Bournemouth could catch up to them if they keep messing things up. It's difficult for a team that was, title holders last season to come into this season confused, not knowing how to pick themselves up. Very, very concerning. Another substitution for Napoli here. Jesus has gone off for Oliveira. Rasmus Højlund. Good hold-up play, Rasmus. Alisson Santos. Can he put a cross in? And it went for the shots. Rasmus is kind of complaining that Alisson Santos isn't passing the ball into the box. He's going for the shots more often, Alisson Santos. Santos tries to give the ball to Rasmus, but passes a tad bit too heavy. Carnesecchi. Atalanta. Now Atalanta look like the team that could get the winning goal here, or the second goal. Napoli looked like that in the first half and the starting of the second half, but now that Atalanta have got that equalizer, they look the more dangerous team. Politano on the right hand side trying to get something. Good physical battle. Player is down, and it's an Atalanta foul. Literally outside. I gotta get up. My back is actually killing me. I have to get up. But I'm gonna have to turn off the camera because Gotta turn it off. Transition. And the camera is off. I'm gonna get up a little bit. You hear me, but you can't see me. You're gonna be listening to a talking chair for a little bit. Just wanna stretch out a little bit. Oh my goodness. Just wanna stretch a little bit. I wanna be sitting for too long. I'm very interested to see how the North London derby is gonna go. Very, very interested. Foul here for Atalanta. It's a good ball over the top. Oh, he actually keeps it in. Zielinski gets a throw in. Zalewski, not Zielinski, Zalewski. Romelu Lukaku on the bench for Napoli. I don't think he's going to be used. I think they're better off keeping Rasmus Højlund on the pitch. It's not looking like a game for a player like Lukaku. If I had to be honest, I don't think it's a game for Lukaku. Corner here for Atalanta, I think. Kolasinac is down. Former Arsenal player. Oh God. We're going to be coming back in. Again, just wanted to stretch out just a little bit. Corner here for Napoli, for Atalanta. Ooh, they almost got it again. They almost got it again, Atalanta. Is it going to be another corner? I think so. It's another corner. Predictions for the North London derby. I think Arsenal will win. Tudor is... We watched Tudor on this channel when he was managing Juventus. He's not the most exciting manager when it comes to wanting your team to play good football and wanting your team to win. So I don't know if Tudor is going to, you know, fill the Tottenham, the Spurs fans with excitement, you know? And he plays a very pragmatic game. Very, very pragmatic game. I think he was in charge. I think he was in charge when they lost to Como. So, you know, I think he was in charge when they lost to Como. So that kind of tells you what, you know, what you have to know. So I think Arsenal will win. But I hope it's an entertaining match. Even though I think Arsenal will win, I hope it's an entertaining match. And I hope Tottenham go for it. I don't think Tottenham have what it takes to really beat Arsenal. But I hope they go for it. Because the first time they met in the North London derby, the first time they met, it was an atrocious performance from Tottenham. Very, very bad. So I hope that that's not going to be, you know, there's not going to be a repeat of that in this second leg. All right, let me sit down. Let me sit down. Scamacca would flick on to number 59 for Atalanta. Lays it off to 47. He's going to put a ball into the box. Scamacca is there. It's too high. Pasalic can't get the shot off. Napoli can't even get... Love the press. Absolutely love the press from Atalanta. You know, Napoli got the ball. Almost started off a counterattack, but Atalanta players were on him. Zalewski gets a yellow card, though. Taking one for the team. Okay. We're back down. We are back down. Oh, I think my camera is okay. I thought the camera was frozen. Transition. Atalanta. Again, looking the more dangerous side here. Zalewski. Oh, that's a foul. That's a foul, Wakema. Pushing a player. That's a foul. Really don't know what he was expecting. That's a foul. Can't just be out there pushing players. That's a foul. I think Sunderland have got to go back. They have. Nottingham Forest, Liverpool. 0-0. My goodness. Who would have thought? Liverpool have a lot of work to do. Honestly speaking, they've got a lot of work to do. They've got a lot of work to do. Cross comes in for Atalanta, but Link of his Savages on it. Napoli want to start the attack quickly. It's Alisson Santos with it on the left-hand side. He's got Rasmus Højlund ahead of him. Can't really give the pass. It's not that he doesn't give the pass. Can't really lay it off. Less than 15 minutes to go in this game. Is it going to end a draw, or are we going to get a last-minute winner? Politano lays it off to Elmas. Back to Politano. Politano again. Right-hand side. Lobotka. No options for Lobotka. Goes all the way back to Elmas. They've got it. They're keeping a good shape, Atalanta. Keeping a very good shape. I'd be concerned if I was Liverpool. You can't get a goal against Nottingham Forest. And from the statistics, Nottingham Forest look like the better team. Nottingham Forest have a 0.99 xG, 14 shots, 5 on target, 1 big chance. Liverpool, 7 shots, 1 on target, 1 big chance. It's looking like Nottingham Forest are actually the better team. If you're a Liverpool fan, you're very concerned. And I personally think Arne Slot isn't going to be there next season. Zalewski tries to find Skamaka, but the pass has been intercepted. Personally speaking, I don't think Arne Slot is going to be there next season. I think they wanted to sack Arne Slot this season, but didn't want to because he's won the league. I think that's the only reason Slot is in the job. He had won the league with Liverpool. If Slot didn't win the league with Liverpool, he would have been gone before January. But because he won the league, they probably just wanted to give him that respect of, okay, he's won the league with us. Let's just keep him until the end of the season. I think Slot is gone by the end of the season. I really, really think so. Skamaka. Face it off to Zappacosta. Irun. Zappacosta wanting a foul, but he doesn't get it. Ball comes in. They've done it. They've actually done it. Good header, good cross into the box from Zalewski. He has come in and transformed Atalanta's left-hand side. And can Napoli really complain? Can Napoli really complain? It's a good goal. It's a good cross into the box. Samardzic is the one who gets the second goal for Atalanta. They fought for it. That you can say. That you can guarantee. Atalanta have fought for this lead. For sure. And it was a good cross from Zalewski. He's been very, very, very influential on that left-hand side. Look at him. Stands up his man. Puts a really good, that was a really good cross from Zalewski. Hangs that ball in the air very nicely for someone to get on the end of that. And all Samardzic has to do is time his jump and he gets that header off. And that's actually a sublime header as well. Lovely cross, lovely header. And Napoli, who looked, for all intents and purposes, won the game. They looked like they had won the game in the first half. They looked distraught. They looked confused. They look like they don't know what to do next. And Kolasinac, and look at the cross again. Zalewski stands his man up, puts the ball in, and that cross was curving as well. Beautiful cross, beautiful header. And not many goalkeepers get on the end of that. Not too many goalkeepers get on the end of that. And Kolasinac has been taken off. I think he is injured. He's been taken off for Ahano. And now the question has to be asked. Do Napoli go for the equalizer? Because if they go, they open up space at the back and Atalanta can finish this off. And also, do Atalanta go for the finisher and finish this off? Spinazzola ball into the box. Good defending. And he clears the ball away. Hoof ball. You need to do that in the current situation. Nottingham Forest Liverpool still 0-0. Wolves Crystal Palace still 0-0. Sunderland Fulham is 2-1. Barcelona still 1-0 up against Levante. It's a foul, and Rasmus Højlund has been grappled to the ground. 6 minutes to go of regular time here. Can Atalanta hold on to this? We're going to have to see. We're going to have to figure out if they can hold on to it. Alisson Santos has been taken off for Romelu Lukaku. Not the best substitution, not gonna lie. I don't know what Romelu Lukaku brings in, but I mean, he has been subbed in, so maybe he brings something. Napoli passing the ball at the back. 5 minutes of normal time to go. It's looking like Atalanta have this in the bag, but there might be a final twist of the tail here. It might be. Fulham have made it 3-1 against Sunderland, and they've kind of killed any hope of Sunderland coming back into this game. And it's going to be a convincing win for Fulham. A lot of shock results because Sunderland haven't lost a game apart from the last match they played against Liverpool. They hadn't really lost a game at home all season. And now they've lost to Liverpool at home, and they're losing 3-1 at home to Fulham. Atalanta having the ball. Zalewski. He's riling up the fans. Is this a throw-in? It's a throw. I thought it was a corner. Liverpool, Crystal Palace have both scored in the 90th minute. Liverpool 1 goal up. Alexi McAllister. And Crystal Palace 1 goal up. Ivan Gasson. Well, they waited. They waited until the last minute to put the ball in the back of the net. Are we going to get the same type of drama in this game? Skamaka lays the ball off, but no one is there. Good defending from Atalanta. Good hold up play from Rasmus, but he loses the ball again. Zappacosta for Atalanta. He's in a precarious situation. Doesn't really want to lose the ball here. He lays the ball off. Napoli probing. Lukaku. Lovely turn. Politano. What can he do from the right-hand side? Can he put a ball in? He does. It's a bit too much. Goes all the way to the back post. Napoli going all the way back. They're going to start again. Spinazzola over to Lukaku. Good hold up play. Tried to lay it off to Elmas, but wasn't able to. Was held off. Nottingham Forest Liverpool game should be over by now. Because it looked like it was a last minute goal by McAllister. Has the goal been taken off? I think the goal has been scrubbed off for Liverpool. I think the goal has been disallowed. Oh my God, my microphone almost fell. I think the goal for Liverpool has been disallowed. It's still 0-0 on my side. I'm gonna refresh and see. Yeah, the goal has been disallowed. Still 0-0 for Liverpool. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. A minute though to go in this game. Napoli are looking for that equalizer. But Atalanta are holding strong. Defending with their lives, basically. Corner coming in for Napoli. Ball in. Rasmus Højlund gets a head on it, but it bounces off his head. Another cross coming in. Cross in. Good header defender away. Good defensive header away from Atalanta. 4 minutes of added time. Not a lot of time. That's not a lot of time. Ball in the Atalanta 18-yard box. They're trying to clear it. Atalanta. Another counter attack for Atalanta here. Can they make it 3? Can they wrap this game up? Zalewski. Tackle. Wins a foul. Good foul. Good foul. Drink some water, actually. Want a good foul. Bernasconi for Atalanta here. 3 minutes of added time. Can Atalanta get this well-deserved win? I think Atalanta fought really hard to be in this position. Can they get this well-deserved win? Remember, we're going to be live for the North London Derby. I'm very interested to see how that game unfolds. Very, very interested. 2 minutes to go in this game. Let me actually set that up. The North London Derby game. Let me actually set that up. Okay. Napoli. One last push for Napoli. And they get it. Lukaku flicks it on to try and find Rasmus. He can't. Good clearance from Pasalic. 2 minutes to go. Can Napoli find that elusive equalizer? They started off the second half very well, but Atalanta, with your grit and aggression, found a way to get themselves in the position that they are in now. A little bit of an aggressive tackle from Mahano on a Napoli player. You probably think that's a yellow card. You probably would. Napoli, one last push. 1 minute to go. Cross into the box. Good defensive header from Atalanta again. Napoli is still in the 18-yard box. Ball bouncing around. Elmas tries to take a shot for his time, but he can't. Another cross into the box. Good header. Good clearance. Punch away from Carnesecchi. A lot is happening. Just trying to get to grips with it. We still got it. We've got seconds basically to go here. It's gonna be the last push of the game for Napoli. Can they get something? Good dribbling from Lobotka, and he can't get it. And Atalanta blow the whistle. Atalanta don't blow the whistle. The referee blows the whistle for Atalanta, and it's a well-deserved win. They've shown a lot of grit and aggression to go on and get this win. Really, really good for them, and really, really big for Atalanta. You can't really blame Napoli too much. They don't have their best players on field today to really, really compete and go toe-to-toe to get that second goal, you would think. And they had opportunities to get that second goal, but you can see the quality of players on show today were not able to meet that standard. But I think Atalanta showed real grit to... I'm using grit a lot. They showed real grit, basically, to get themselves in this position. Let's have a look at the stats finally before we wrap things up and get ready for the North London derby, which we're going to be here. We're going to be here. Oh, the goal for Liverpool has been... What? Wait, did he score again? He scored again. So McAllister scored a goal. The goal got disallowed. And then he goes on to score again in the 90 plus 7. Very good for Liverpool. Very good for Liverpool. Barcelona 2-0 up. No, not necessary. We don't really give a damn about Barcelona. They can go win the league for all I care. Anyways, looking at the stats before we wrap things up. As I said, Atalanta really stepped up in the second half, and with the stats you can see here, they started to level up on shots on targets and shots with Napoli. Atalanta having 10 shots, 7 on targets, and Napoli having 10 shots and 4 on target. So they really came into the second half guns blazing, wanting to get this win, and I think it's a well-deserved one. It really is a well-deserved one. Well, we're going to wrap things up and be expecting us for the North London derby. I'll catch you guys in the next 30 minutes-ish.